is a tulpa? A tulpa can be best described as an imaginary friend, a spirit that is created by the mind. Not only is a non-physical construct, but one specifically created by the mind of a human being, or any other living sentient being out there. Although there are instances of tulpas being created spontaneously, unintentionally, there are ways you can intentionally create a tulpa, or its more subservient variant, which is the Servitor. What is a Servitor, you ask? A Servitor is a tulpa that is specifically created for a task that you set for it. Now, this can include something like helping you focus, or trying to accomplish a particular realistic task in your day. Now, to make a servitor stay alive, you would have to feed it. And I would suggest you feed it daily if you can. Well, as with anything in the realm of magic, to create a servitor, you'll need to think of the intent and the purpose. Not all tulpas need to be fed by you. Some of them can maintain all on their own as long as you are alive. To even unintentionally, mentally feed them, but do not need a physical sustenance or anything of the sort daily like a servitor needs. Now, to create a tulpa or a servitor, basically, you just need to repeatedly think it into existence. However, in the case of the servitor, for it to fill out its duties, you need to put in a little more work. For instance, you need to focus on the task and how it is going to accomplish this task. And one of the things you need to do to solidify its existence: make a sigil. Now, a sigil can be made by writing out the intent for your servitor, and then you cross out all the vowels in the written out intent. Next, you will cross out all the repeating consonants. Now, with the remainders that you have, you should have the first consonants and only the sole consonants of this statement. You use these letters to form your sigil. Be as creative as you can, but also use it to reinforce your belief in it. if you want to bring your Tulpa or your Servitor further into existence, when I say you have to repeatedly think about it, I mean meditate on this. Meditate on your Tulpa or your Servitor. And do this for days on end. Do this for weeks. You need to put in the work to put this thing together. It's not something that can lazily be done. Talk to your Servitor at times. And when you do, believe that you are talking to somebody else. I would strongly suggest you make it your friend if you plan on it sticking around for a long time. Now, you will want to also have a kill switch for your Servitor or your Tulpa, if you can. Now, when it comes to your Servitor, you'll have to write out a contract for them. And then you'll have to explain to your Servitor the method in which way it will be killed. It should so happen. Now, there are many other Chaos Wizards out there like myself. And some of them already have a date set for the death of their Servitors. I, on the other hand, like many others, choose not to do that. Rather, that the Servitor will go on as long as I live. Or even if somebody else should happen to read its contract and reactivate it after my death. Establish a good relationship with your spirits. Don't be bullied by them either. You need to maintain respect for one another. And neither camp should force the other to do what they don't want to do. Now, one word of caution as you are delving into Tulpamancy is ensure to maintain some level of balance. You really need to try and avoid upsetting these beings created by the construct of your mind. You don't want your relationship with these mental beings to drive you into schizophrenia or any other psychological disorders. To create Servitors should always be a positive experience for you. But that does not mean that negative ones won't happen. And typically happen because of a missed day, or perhaps you may have been giving some of the wrong energy to it. Perhaps perhaps a misplaced intent. Nevertheless, maintain the balance in that relationship, and they will serve you well, and they will be happy to serve you. Now, that is all today for this topic on Tulpamancy. I am Dawnbeard, and I bid you a magical, a mystical, a metaphysical,